welcome Jeff Heggie Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. I am excited to share this episode with you today. We've got some great things we're going to talk about. I've got a special guest with me today. I'm going to share a part of a conversation I had with Vera Jo Bustos, and we're going to talk about mindset, how you get to the next level, and the things you need to do to be successful. Now, I'll give you some background on Vera Jo. She's a mentality performance coach. But we go back a little further. She was a student athlete. She played basketball in college. She went on to be a professional basketball player in Greece. She came back to the US. She ended up coaching at the Division I level in New Mexico. And she's just done some amazing things. She left the world of basketball coaching and has been focusing on the mentality coaching. And she has some great things that she talks about. And I want you to listen to this part of the conversation, because she really has some great information that I want you to hear. So I'll be back with you in a minute.
So before we get into that, when we're talking about, say, a complete athlete or what you can do to take your game to the next level, I think there's 3 gears. And that's why if you see my logo, it's a gear. I believe there's 3 gears that make an athlete complete, or that will allow you to take your game to the next level. And you need all 3. So the first one is your physicality, right? Strength and conditioning. If you're not in shape, forget it. You need that strength and conditioning. You need that physical aspect to your game. Then you also need skill, right? Just like I'm skilled in basketball. Well, you put a tennis racket in my hand, I'm not going to have the confidence to do it because I've never done it. Confidence, another aspect of it, and it goes with all 3. But the third is the mindset and your mentality. And so when all 3 are combined and all 3 are working effectively, everything just kind of clicks. And then we're able to kind of get into flow or in the zone and those kinds of things. But you need to work on all 3 simultaneously. And most athletes today, if you think about it, spend a ton of time with strength and conditioning. They spend a ton of time honing their craft, but nobody's ever spending any time on the mental game. And so when one of those gears gets stuck, the other 2 actually stall as well. So if you think about a time, and if you work with athletes or even businessmen, I used to train a surgeon as well. But when you get to that, whenever you have a mental block, everything else just kind of seems to crumble. And so one of the things that I give away to a majority of my clients off the bat is I talk about your favorite athlete, and just imagine who is your favorite athlete, and imagine you got the chance to see them play. And at halftime, in your amazement, you see, let's just use Steph Curry as an example. I love watching Steph. And I see him playing, and he's playing one of the worst halves of his entire career. Okay, so he's 1 for 18. He has 6 turnovers and 3 fouls in the first half alone. You have a chance to either speak some light into him or just to be completely demeaning to him. What would you tell him? And most athletes, right, they're going to say nothing but positive. Oh, so you're not going to say, oh man, you stink. You should just stay in the locker room. I don't even know why you try. You are sucking it up this game. Right? Nobody would ever say that to their favorite athlete, to Steph, whoever it is. But if we flip that and I say, okay, you have now played this horrible first half. You're walking into the locker room. Honestly, what are you telling yourself? And it would be all those negative things that you would never tell your favorite athlete. And so the first check I have you do, the first step in everything is always identification. I need to be able to identify I'm having a negative day. I'm having negative self-talk. These gremlins, I call them gremlins, are talking to me. They're telling me stories and I'm believing them. So the first step is, hey, if I wouldn't say it to my favorite athlete, I have no business saying it to myself. And if I have a hard time thinking positively, just think, what would I tell Steph in this moment? What would I tell my favorite athlete? And take it a step further. What would I tell a teammate? And that's how you become a great teammate.
Oh, I love that. In fact, I remember, what was it, 2 years ago, there was a game like that Steph stunk it up for the first half, and then I think he scored 42 in the second half.
Yep.
No, I love that, because self-talk is such a important thing to be looking at and recognizing, because just like you're saying, when you can recognize that negative self-talk and have that interruption, you can have such an impact on the outcome. So no,
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that insight.
All right, thanks for that. That is some great stuff. I love the concept of the 3 gears. And, you know, I talk about self-talk quite often. And the way she looks at this as looking at your favorite athlete and how you would talk to them versus how you'd talk to yourself is a great analogy. And you know what, if you're not an athlete, if you're a businessman, look at who you look up to as a mentor in the business world. How would you talk to them? So it's the same concept there. So thank you. I appreciate all that insight you gave us. And I'm going to have more episodes with Vera Jo on it that you're going to hear more of our conversation. And I can promise you right now, you're going to love it. There's so much great stuff that she shared. You can find out more about her at mentalitysolutions.com. And if you go to her website there, you'll be able to find all of her links to her social media as well. But I'll also put it in the show notes. Now, one thing I want you to do, if you're watching this on video, this book right here, A Mindful Journey. You need to get it ordered. It's Vera Jo's book that she wrote. It's worth it. Make sure you get it. And, you know, once you do, I would love to hear your thoughts on the book, and so would she. So please go get that and let me know what you think about it. Now, as you look at these concepts and you want to learn more about it, go to mindset.jeffheggie.com. You can find out more about our High Achievers Mindset Secrets program. But also, if you want to know how some of these strategies can be implemented into your life specifically, send me a DM or email me at jeff@jeffheggie.com, and we'll set up a free strategy session, and we can talk about the different strategies that you need to implement into your life to help you to achieve what you're trying to do and get to the next level. But anyways, regardless, thank you for being with me today. I hope this episode was something that you really got something out of and you enjoyed listening to Vera Jo. And do me a big favor, and please go share this with at least one other person that will be able to get a lot of value out of this. Thanks for being with me, and I'll be back tomorrow.